Friends, we have some major breaking news out there that you need to be aware of. We have several major militaries out there mobilizing forces as we speak. We have Pakistan, India, both mobilizing their militaries and sending them towards the border. We got Venezuela mobilizing its military and activating it and getting ready for an invasion to repel. We got other countries such as Thailand and Cambodia also mobilizing their militaries and heading to the border. We got Afghanistan out there and Pakistan also going at it as well. We got a lot of information that we need to cover. We got two major terrorist attacks that have transpired in just the last couple of days, and several countries are using these as the justification for going to war. This is going to impact all of us. We need to be talking about this, and nobody is. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are things you just won't see in the mainstream media, and you really just aren't seeing these in the mainstream media. Did anyone know that there was a major terrorist attack on New Delhi, the capital of India? And then how many people are aware that happened on Monday? And then how many people are aware of a major terrorist attack that took place yesterday in Pakistan, the capital of Pakistan? Both of these attacks left scores of people perished. Many people were injured, and both countries are using this as justification for launching attacks on the other. Pakistan is blaming this attack on India, and India is blaming its attack on Pakistan. So this is a major deal. Both countries, of course, have nuclear weapons, so this makes it a serious problem that we need to be talking about. All right, let's go through these two attacks. First, let's start in Pakistan. The Pakistan defense minister, after a suicide blast in Islamabad, says we are in a state of war. Now, what probably happened here was it was probably Afghanistan and the Taliban, and Pakistan is holding India accountable for what the Taliban is doing. And the reason for that, of course, is that the Taliban are basically being propped up by India. India is using Afghanistan as its proxy to attack Pakistan. The explosion ended 12 people and 27 other people were injured. This was outside one of the main court buildings in Pakistan's capital, Islamabad. Now, India and Pakistan are at each other's throats, not only over religion, which is a major thing, but then also India kind of gobbled up a bunch of territory when they were being partitioned. Basically, they bribed some of the local leaders to say, yeah, we want to be part of India. We don't want to be part of Pakistan. And because of that, that's where the border Kashmir got kind of ceded to India. Pakistan said, no, you cheated, you can't do that, and immediately invaded and took a bunch of Kashmir from India, or took back that from India, right? And so now we have this Kashmir is cut up in two pieces or three pieces, depending on how you look at it. Two pieces where Pakistan has taken some of Kashmir, and then you have, on the other side of things, you have India, which was originally given Kashmir, but then they actually had to defend it and only defended part of it. And China managed to gobble up a little part of it too, and they're just kind of sitting there. They're happy that they have part of Kashmir too, and India and Pakistan don't really like that. But Pakistan has made peace with China and recognizing that that is China's part of Kashmir. So this was a powerful vehicle-borne IED, which probably ended the driver's run on this earth. This was a sprawling judicial complex. Basically, imagine like the Supreme Court if it also had like district courts kind of all around it as well. So it's the heart of the judiciary in Pakistan. And Islamabad also happens to be right next to the border of Kashmir. That was one of the reasons why Pakistan got so animated over it too, was that if Kashmir went to India, which is, Kashmir is a majority Muslim area, that would bring the Indian border like right up against the capital of Pakistan. Anyway, Sharif, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, has blamed India for the attack on Islamabad, as well as the attack on a cadet college that took place near the border of Afghanistan earlier yesterday. Without providing any evidence to back up his statement, they just love how mainstream media biases all of that kind of stuff, just without providing any evidence. It's like, anyway, Sharif said both attacks are the worst examples of Indian state terrorism in the region. Now, Hindus probably did not carry out this attack. Probably they propped up the Taliban state, and the Taliban state sent people down to do that. Also, India has been propping up some of the separatist regions who have been known to carry out some of these attacks as well. But Pakistan basically does the same thing to Muslim groups in the Kashmir region, which we're getting to, which one of those groups apparently did conduct a massive attack on New Delhi, the capital of India. Now, Sharif also said, "It is time for the world to condemn such nefarious conspiracies of India." He added, "We will continue the war against them until the complete elimination of the scourge of terrorism," which is just, let's just say both of these groups are not exactly playing on an ideologically pure basis. Both sides hate each other. Both sides score political points with their bases by throwing the other country under the bus. Both the Pakistani ruling government as well as the Indian government get to blame a lot of the bad things that happen on their country on the other country. That's, it's those guys over there that are causing all the problems. If those guys didn't exist, we wouldn't have the problems that we have. You see how that goes. We see that in plenty of other countries too. All right, so this dates back, the conflict, initial conflict right here that we're dealing with right now, back to May 7th, 2025, when India launched major airstrikes and missile strikes, Operation Sindoor, in response to the Pahalgam terrorist attack in Kashmir. Pakistani-backed, allegedly backed terrorists who want a free Kashmir, and for Kashmir to be able to vote for who they want to be a part of. They found they went after a whole bunch of Hindus in Kashmir. A whole bunch of people died. It was a huge thing, and India decided that they were going to go after Pakistan. Now, India on paper looks much more powerful than Pakistan, and generally speaking, they probably are. They have a massive, much larger military than Pakistan. They have supposedly more advanced aircraft, more advanced tanks and everything like that. But Pakistan has been getting support from the United States for many years. And so while the Indians came to the fight with European fighter jets and European equipment and some Russian equipment, the Pakistanis came into the fight with American equipment and Chinese equipment. And nobody expected the Chinese equipment that the Pakistanis had to really be that effective, and it really surprised the Indians that it was so effective. Now, part of that was some strategic decisions that the Pakistani military made, but all in all, they shot down a number of Indian aircraft that shouldn't have been shot down. And it was a huge embarrassment to India, a huge embarrassment to the Europeans who designed those fighter jets, because that's not supposed to happen. And the Chinese military-industrial complex apparently designed some missiles that fired from a very long range, as well as Chinese aircraft platforms that performed admirably well, or at least admirably well for the price paid for them. Sort of like the Dollar Tree. You know, if something works and you're just kind of surprised because you didn't pay a whole lot for it and yet it worked, right? So that's always appreciated when it performs like that. Anyway, India's defense minister said on Tuesday that those responsible for the deadly car explosion in New Delhi that ended at least 8 people in the heart of the capital would also face justice. The country's leading investigative agencies are conducting a swift and thorough inquiry into the incident. Findings of the investigation will soon be made public. Friends, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen here. The Indian investigative agencies are going to determine that it was Pakistani-backed whoever's, and Pakistan is the true culprit of this, and the Prime Minister of India is going to initiate some sort of retribution strikes, this time probably using standoff weapons, because their fighter jets might get blown out of the sky. India is going to launch attacks on Pakistan. They've been chomping at the bit since May to redeem themselves. It was, like I said, a massive embarrassment to the Indian government and the ruling party there in India, and they need to score some points against the Pakistanis. So they've been buying up all sorts of advanced weaponry that they could get their hands on, basically for this exact scenario where they have an excuse to attack Pakistan, at which point they're again going to launch major strikes of some sort against Pakistan. There's going to be no casualties on the Indian side. They're going to do a bunch of damage to the Pakistanis, and the Indians are going to go, we won this round, hoorah. Well, Pakistan is not really in it to watch India score political points or military points by attacking Pakistan again, especially after Pakistan has now suffered a terrorist attack that they believe is justification enough, according to the Indian standard, to attack India with airstrikes. So we could be seeing in the next day or two both India and Pakistan launching attacks on each other, and this could spiral into full all-out war. The Pakistani military is sending its troops to the border. We just saw that both India and Pakistan are launching, or activating reserve units, and they're sending tanks as well as equipment to the border regions, particularly the line of control in Kashmir, as well as other sensitive areas along the border with India. We could see all-out war within a number of days. Both India and Pakistan have never resolved the Kashmir crisis. They've stopped shooting at each other, but they've never actually come to a peace deal. They are still technically at war with each other over Kashmir. And because of that, they could just start shooting at each other again. And both sides are chomping at a bit for a rematch. The Pakistanis are ready to deal the Indians another defeat, and they're tired of being India's punching bag. They believe that they are being backed by China, and they believe that because of that, they have the upper hand. They believe the United States is backing Pakistan, they believe China is backing Pakistan, and India is really, they have a lot of people, but who is really in India's corner? And the answer is, nobody is really in India's corner. India is hoping to get the United States into its corner, and that would make sense geopolitically. I mean, the idea that both India, that China and the United States are both supporting Pakistan kind of doesn't make sense, but yet that's kind of what's been happening over the years. So the United States is sending military assistance to Pakistan, and then Pakistan is turning around and using that military assistance to buy Chinese weapon platforms, which is confusing to say the least. Anyway, India has gone on a spending spree. They bought a whole bunch of equipment, a bunch of new toys. They want to go use them. And Pakistan is tired of India using their toys on them. So we're going to see a major escalation. The question is Is President Trump and others going to be able to de-escalate this, or is this just going to spiral into something bigger as the days go on? We're keeping our eye on what's going on with Venezuela. We're keeping an eye on what's going on with Thailand and Cambodia. Those are less strategically important, Thailand and Cambodia, but the United States and Venezuela is very much of an interest to us in America. And we got obviously people with nuclear weapons, and major countries, both Pakistan and India, have massive militaries. Well, these are not small militaries that are kind of afterthoughts. These countries have been stockpiling weapons for many, many years for an outright war. All right, friends, we're going to keep you updated on this. I'm coming to you from my honeymoon, so we'll keep you as best up to date as we can. That's why I haven't been putting out quite as many videos, but we're kind of where we're going to be, and I'm just going to keep up with the news and give you the regular updates as well as breaking news updates as things spiral out there. All right, friends, thanks so much for watching. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up here. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.